can't stop. A family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
Welcome to BGSUFalcons.com. Here with Ty Eigner. Ty, we're going to talk about the 2016-17 class, and we're going to talk about 3 of the 7 guys with you. And we'll start. You're going to talk about 2 forwards. Let's start with Lucas Craggs and what he brings to the table for this upcoming season.
Lucas is a kid from Chicago, Illinois, or Chicago area anyway. Played his youth hockey for Team Illinois in Chicago, and then moved on to the USHL in Youngstown, and had a real good couple of years in Youngstown on a really good program there. Lucas is a kid that I think our fans will enjoy because he plays hard all the time. He's a guy that really enjoys getting in on the forecheck. He's real physical. We see Lucas potentially being a center for us, potentially playing wing for us. He's a left shot forward. He really enjoys getting in on the forecheck and finishing checks and stuff, so I think fans will notice that about Lucas. He also shoots the puck real well. His offensive numbers in junior hockey weren't outstanding, and that had probably as much to do with the fact that there were a bunch of good players on his team, and so maybe the opportunity to be in those situations wasn't there, but we see Lucas potentially being a penalty kill guy and a guy who really, really is aggressive on the forecheck and ultimately plays the game the way we want to play it.
Great. And then another forward coming in, Frederick Letourneau. Talk about him.
Freddie's a kid that we recruited the second half of last year. Freddie's originally from the Montreal area and played his junior hockey out in the Alberta Junior Hockey League, and got a chance to see Freddie last summer at a showcase, and so kind of tracked him over the course of the last year. And he started out slow last year and in his first year of junior hockey, but then really started to come on this probably after the first 20 games of the year. We think Freddie's got a chance. He can play center and play wing as well. We think he's got a chance as a right-handed forward to help us on the power play. We think he's got a chance. He can play multiple positions in the lineup, anywhere from, he could be a top 6 guy or he could play a bottom 6 role. He blocks shots. He is a very good penalty killer, and he also put up some pretty good offensive numbers the second half. Was their team's, when I went and saw Freddie play in February, he was their team's best forward, and their coach said he's our most valuable guy right now. So he's a guy that we got on late, but we're real excited about Freddie. He's also a real good student, and he'll help Pierre-Luc Mercier and Kevin Dufour feel comfortable about having another French guy around. So, but we're excited about Freddie. We think he's going to be a good addition.
Perfect. And then you've got a D-man as well, Alec Ral Hauser. What does he bring to the table?
Alec is a kid that we've been recruiting on and off for a couple of years. He's a Bismarck, North Dakota native, played his high school hockey in North Dakota, and then went on to the USHL, spent 3 years in the USHL, which, like Lucas, is a really, really good league, and played on a team that kind of went through some coaching changes and some ups and downs, and so, but he stayed with it. He's a kid, the last 2 years in the USHL, his numbers offensively were as good as anybody as far as defensemen go. We think he's got a chance to come in similarly to like Ralph Freeberg's did a couple years ago, come in and transition from junior hockey to college hockey on the power play. He's a left shot defenseman, which we don't have a bunch of, and he'll help us, we think, on the power play. He's a big, tall kid, different from Ralph's. He's 6'3", so we think he defends real well with his stick and with his feet, but he also will help us a lot on the power play, and offensively we think Alec has a chance to help us in how we play, using our defense a lot, help us offensively score some more goals, which, as you know, is never, you can't ever score too many, so we're excited about bringing Alec in.
Great. Thank you much, Ty, for breaking down these 3 guys for us.
My pleasure, Jason. We'll see you.
Welcome back. We're here with our other assistant coach, Barry Schutte. Barry, we're going to talk about 4 of the guys who are coming in this year to impact the Falcons, and we'll start with defenseman Jake Dalton. What does he have, and what's he going to come in and bring?
Jake Dalton's a very offensive defenseman. He comes from the Detroit, Michigan area. He spent this past season with Wichita Falls in North American Hockey League, and coming from midget hockey to juniors was a transition for him. So their team went all the way to the league Final Four, and he was a huge part of it. He ended up being on the all-tournament team in the playoffs. His strengths as a player are his hockey IQ. He is a really intelligent player. Has a very mobile, really good feet, and makes players around him better. He distributes the puck as well as anyone. as he continues to become more confident, more mature physically, he's a kid that we really expect to contribute to the offense from the back end. And he can break the puck out himself and simplifies the game. And we really hope that he'll help contribute pushing the pace from the back end. But his biggest strengths, he's not 6'4" and going to push guys around, but he's 6 feet and he's very mobile and a puck-moving defenseman from the back end. And overall, just an outstanding kid.
Fantastic. And then you've got 2 forwards here we'll talk about. First one, Casey Lincolnheld.
Yeah, Casey is real strong. He's pretty much been a point-a-game player in the North American Hockey League for Johnstown in the last 2 seasons. He can score goals. He can distribute the puck. Real strong on his skates, strong on his edges. Crafty. His stick skills are probably underrated. He can make real good small hockey plays in tight spaces, and but yet works tirelessly. And he'll get to the hard areas of the ice. He'll go to the front of the net. He'll get to the corners, and he's got a little grease to his game. He's not afraid to go to the dirty areas and get that puck. But yet, on the flip side of that, he has the stick skills to make those around him much better as well. So, puck possession guy, likes to have the puck on his stick, and wants to play in the offensive zone, which attributes to the way we want to play as a team as well.
Sure. And then the 4th forward in this group, and your second one to talk about, Matthew Meyer.
Yeah, Matt's path to BG was a little different. He's a Colorado native. He played his hockey in the North American League. His junior hockey started out in the North American League in Johnstown as well. Ultimately went to the Air Force Academy, which is close to his home. Didn't go the way he had planned, so he pumped the brakes and went back to juniors and spent his last year and a half in Omaha in the USHL. So he'll be coming to us as a transfer student. He's a good-sized kid, 6'1", really strong. Again, his strengths would be his competitiveness, his head for the game, his hockey IQ, and his stick skills. The pace of play, he's going to have to continue to work on his overall skating to make sure he can get to his game. But just an outstanding kid who will do all the things necessary to win a game. If it means I need to block a shot, if it means getting pucks on net, whatever it takes to help your team win that game. And has been in special team situations, #1 penalty kill guy for Omaha over the last couple of years. Worked his way onto the power play. So just a 200-foot player, can play in all 3 areas, and all around a good kid, good player.
And then the last one, it's a last name our fans will recognize, and another kid who I think made a run through Johnstown at one point, Ryan Bednard.
Yeah, Ryan, his brother Shane was a freshman for us, and Shane's a forward and a playmaker, and Ryan's kind of the backstop. He, unlike his brother, he's about 6'4", 6'5", and he looks like a beast on the ice because he is. And he spent this year with Youngstown in the United States Hockey League. And again, a tireless worker, outstanding kid, wants to be a pro. Was drafted by Florida Panthers last year in the 2015 NHL draft. So he's a tremendous prospect, and I know they're excited about his future, as are we. The fact that he can come in and learn from a young man like Chris Nell, who's done it for 2 years, and we think that's going to bode really well for Ryan's future. So obviously his size is a strength of his competitiveness. For goaltenders, it's hard transitioning from juniors to college. I think just the pace of play, tracking pucks, fighting through all the traffic at this level, because teams do such a good job at the net front, will be the transition and the challenge for him. But nothing but potential and upside. We're looking forward to working with him, and his day-to-day approach is second to none. And it's just a matter of time how quickly can he transition, because the potential that Ryan has is outstanding, and we're excited to have him.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Coach, obviously you guys are looking forward to these 7 guys coming in and continuing to push the program forward, and we're looking forward to watching them along the way over the next 4+ years.
Great, thanks a lot.